Welcome, everyone. We're going to get started. It's 10. All right, just adjusting my volume. Welcome. This is the Goal Setting and Digital Marketing Series for small business owners. My name is Maria Barakat. A few housekeeping items for those of you that are new. Today's session will be recorded and it will be available to you. All of you are on mute. If you cannot hear me or if there's any kind of problem, if you look up at the top of the screen, you do have a chat menu and you can chat to me. As I said, my name is Maria Barakat. I'm a social media trainer and consultant. And I focus on the buyer's journey, the experience of the customer, because I feel that it's very important in the digital age. And my mission in doing these is to teach business owners to bridge that digital divide and really learn some digital skills. So that's why I meet here every single week and I record them, and I have resources available for all of you to learn more. So inside designbureaumarketing.com/resources are some resources, some more expansive goal setting tools that we used at the beginning of the year. Today we're going to do just a mid-year design check, but some of these other items are in there. If you have any questions on it, please let me know and I'm happy to help you with that. So we're going to review our 90-day mid-year goals. And I'm going to start off with the foundation of your whole business plan, but really it's great to review it at mid-year, because if you understand those foundational things, then it makes that planning much easier. And we're really going to focus in on the most critical of those foundations, and then we're going to jump right into your 3-year, 1-year, 90-day, and what you should be doing right now in the mid-year. So let's get started. So first of all, our foundational items. This is really a great illustration of what every single business needs to have accomplished. Every year you need to revise this, and I like to look at it every quarter because some things change, and you'll notice that it looks like a house, and if you remove these little bottom things, it still stands. It's when you start changing some of the other major things that it becomes a problem. So we're not going to be really focusing on the top part. We're going to be focusing on your bottom things that help you to accomplish that. But I want to go through each step because I think it's really important. This is an illustration. Some of you on the call are new, and I welcome you. At the very end of our training, I show this illustration because it's reflective. And step 1 is a reflective process. It's your vision of what it is you want to do. If you're a professional and you work for a company, if you're a solopreneur, or if you are a business owner, you need to know what that big vision is. And mid-year, I remind you, go back to the original passion. Why are you doing what you do? What is it that you were really good at that you said, hey, I want to do this? And that's usually where your big vision lies. And you need to think about that. Step 2 of your foundation are your values. These are really critically important to every single person and every single business organization, because they keep you on the right path of where you want to go to get to that vision. And so I'm going to outline 8 core values that you should consider. And the last one is critical in the digital age. Actually, all of these are very critical today, is being a problem solver, making a commitment to having that be your value, and hiring people that want to be problem solvers. Being transparent. We live in a digital age, and businesses can't just hide everything and then only show what they want. We're going to find everything out about you. So you might as well tell us who you are, what you do, and why you do it right up front. Empathy is a tough one. You have it or you don't have it, but you need to make sure that the people that you hire are very empathetic, and you as well need to be that way, because it really helps. It helps to be adaptable. And this is a value that you can have. Things change very rapidly. The digital age is constantly changing. I was having a conversation this morning. I am constantly in training. I'm constantly learning new things. What's Pinterest up to? What is this happening? How are these things changing? And you need to be adaptable to those changes. You also need to be accountable. You need to be accountable as a leader to your team. And you can't expect them to do things that you don't do. right? You have to show them, and you have to be accountable for all the things that are there, and give them those tools. And that goes along with number 6, collaboration. This is very different than the way that it used to be, where the boss was at the top and we kind of worked it down. Today, we want to be in a collaborative environment. We want to work as a team. We want to be a part of a team. And this is a good value to have, mainly because you're going to hire more people. If they know that you are collaborative, they're going to like it, because being collaborative allows you to be more creative. It means that you as a team can decide the direction. As long as everybody knows what your vision is, then these values make sense, right? Now, number 8, customer centric. This has to be a value for you. And I'm going to go into a little bit more detail on that, because in the digital age, all customers have all choices. And we talk about it every week, this buyer's journey, this 5-step process that we all go through. We become aware of something, we make a decision, we research, and then we experience it, and then we decide to leave reviews or talk to people about it. So this is why being customer-centric is critical as a value in your company. And I sort of outlined it so that you look, in that beginning stage, we sort of tolerate the customers, right? We want to hear what they have to say. We don't know if they're really the right fit for us. And then we meet their expectations, right? We're like, hey, well, we can help you, but we can't help you. Thank you very much, right? So we begin to meet the expectations. Then we exceed them, right? At that purchase point, we're like flowers, right? We're trying to give them everything. Afterwards, this is where we need to engage our customers. We need to make sure that everything, so this is your shipping department, your tech support department, every other area of it, because number 5 is critical to market your business today. You need to offer your customers, really from beginning to end, just unbelievable, mind-blowing customer experience. And it needs to be a value of your company, or it's never going to happen. And every single person needs to understand that. So it's really important that those foundational items are there. Step 3 of your foundation is your focus. So you have your big vision. You're sort of reviewing those values again. You're talking to your team about them. Now, what are you going to focus on, right? Focus is always on problems. What problems do you solve as an employee? What problems does your business solve for the customer? This is what everything is about today. And then you have to determine who has those problems, right? I can help you. Where are they? And then you find them. And this is how you know what to focus on a daily basis, especially in marketing. You don't want to focus on people that you can't help, because they're not going to refer you. You want to help the people that you can help. And that's really step 3 in the foundation of your business plan. Step 4 is your strategic objectives. All right. These are obvious. You have financial, customer, product, service, people, culture, and processes. These are the things that you, as the owner, as the director, as the manager, you sit down and you say, we have these this is what we owe. This is what we sell things for. How are you dealing with your customers? Is the product good? Is it solving that problem? And then your people and your culture are critically important. Are you training them? Or do they understand all the other things that we're just talking about? And then your process and your operations. So these are strategic things that every year you probably review and decide if they're working. Step 5 is where we're going to be today. This is your goals. This is your planning. I like to review everything every 90 days. I think it's really critically important, but we're at a mid-year point right now. So we're going to go through a process of 3-year, 1-year, 90-day, and what you should be doing right now in this part. Because these things change. So no matter what happened yesterday or January 1st, today's the day that you can change. Today is the day that you can review it, revise it, and focus on something else. And I'm going to send you a worksheet that's going to be similar to this, where we're going to go through each one of these 4 steps. And you're going to write it out. All right. You don't have to do it right now, but because we want to keep this under 30 minutes, but we're going to kind of go through what has to happen. Mid-year, you should look at your 3-year. Why are you there? This is those values that we were talking about. And you're going to write out some metrics. And I don't care what you wrote at the beginning of the year. What do you want your revenue to be now in 3 years? What about the profits? Because that's different, right? Your motivation. Every time I do a business plan or I write out my goals for my business, I always want to think about my motivation, because that always needs to be in alignment. And that's why values are part of this and why I spent so much time on it. Because how you want to be as a person, as a business owner, as an employee, it really involves your lifestyle. And I'm not talking about, you want a big jet. I'm saying, what is it that you want? Younger employees today have a different set of lifestyle objectives. And you need to think about that as you're planning your business. Now, you may have your own, but you need to understand that not everybody who works for you and with you have the same. So you need to write out where you all want to be. And then there's a personal aspect to that, to your why, to your 3-year planning. I like to target in on ourselves, and I like to think about our motivation, right? How does it look and how does it feel, this 3-year goal? What's your personal transformation goal for this 3 years? Your financial transformation, your contributions as a person, as part of this business, and then as your team. And as the owner, as the solopreneur, as a head of a department in a business, you always have to think about yourself and how you are related to that goal. So I just like to stop there. So number 2, 1 year. Let's think about our 1 year. So now it's almost June. You can go out to next June, or for those of you that have been here since the beginning, you can go think back to where you were in January. So how do you want to be in December, right? What are the metrics that you want to write out? So sorry about that little scraggler there. I guess products is really important. Revenue. Where do you want to be? Where are you? Are we behind the 8 ball? And how are we going to catch up to that? And the profits that go along with that. We need to think about our deliverables, because if these 2 things are not plodding along where we need to be, then we need to really look at our products. And we need to look at our products and our pricing. And I'm not saying to slash prices. I'm just saying, are you focused on the right people? Are you doing the right things? Maybe what you intended at the beginning of the year is not where you are in mid-year. And it shouldn't be a crisis. I always look at it like whenever you catch a problem and you fix it, it doesn't matter when it is. So your 1 year is really focusing on what problem does your business solve? And if you're not solving the right problems, or if you're trying to solve too many problems, you need to readjust that, because that's why you're not hitting your marks. This is a very niche-oriented world that we live in, and we don't want all marketing people. We want maybe real estate marketing people, or attorneys. You have to really niche. So depending on the types of products that you sell, if you're a gifts retailer, gifts to whom? Who would like my gifts? If you have products from all different kinds of crazy niches, maybe you're not meeting those marks. So this is a great time to review that, where you want to be by the end of this year. And your team is critical. If your team isn't helping you to accomplish the goals, then you need to get people in there, especially before the end of the year. And if you're a business, a retail business, where the end of the year is critically important because of Christmas, Halloween, you have Thanksgiving in there, you have the end of the school year, or if you're teachers and you're beginning the school year, you need to make sure that your team is in place and that they're critically important to accomplishing this goal. And this brings us back to that personal view of where we are. What is your motivation for this? What is the personal transformation that you hope for? The financial contribution, the contributions as a team, and the team that you have in place. And you really need to look at that and see how you are. Because sometimes I find that we are the person that's blocking the growth in our business, because we have it in our mind it needs to be a certain way, and we want it to be a certain way. So it's important to always stop and look at that. Now the 90 days. So it is June, right? It's going to be June. And these are where our strategic objectives really come in. And I'm going to send you the sheet, but I want you to think about 3 key projects that you want to have accomplished by the end of August, right? That's your 90-day mark. You need to have a deadline. You need to look out at the next time that you're going to do your goal setting. What are the 3 things that you want? Some people like to focus just on one at a time. And it can't just be, I want to increase sales. There has to be something more to it. There has to be reaching out to people and solving problems. What are the actionable items that you're going to do to accomplish those things by August 29th of this year, right? So if you have a huge vacation coming smack in the middle of this time period, you're going to have to adjust your 90-day plan. And what are your measurable goals, right? This is where you choose clients or customers. I want to have 100 more Facebook fans. I want to have 50 more people walk through my retail store. I want to hire one person. I want to train my people. What are the measurable goals that you can do very realistically in 90 days that are going to help you to get these projects done? And this is probably the most important part of planning, because the 3-year and the 1-year, these are things that you've already looked at, hopefully. The 90-day is very doable. You can change anything. You can do anything in 90 days. You can learn a language in 90 days. If you really decide that you're going to do it and you have your actionable plans and you measure what it is that you can do. So this is very critically important. And then you have to think of yourself personally. So again, motivation. Do you want to do it or not want to do it? Do you want your business to succeed? Do you want your employees to succeed? What's going to be the contribution that you're going to make? Are you going to buckle down and get it done? Or is the summertime something where you think, well, this is when I should be relaxing and having a good time? Well, if you aren't hitting your marks, then relaxing and having a good time is really difficult. You may need to relax and have a good time, but you may have to adjust that. Because now is, what are you going to do today? What are the goals you're going to make and do today, right? So accomplishing this is really going to help you. Doing these things, thinking about your foundations and your values and your visions, and writing out your 3-year, revising it, looking at those 90-day plans. This is an action thing that just by doing this, it's going to change your mindset. And even if you don't do it that seriously, it's going to change your mindset because you're going to think about it, right? Action step number 2, what are you going to do right now today by the end of this week that's going to help you to grow your business, to accomplish those goals that you have set? And that's up for you to decide. And you should have another action item. You should at minimum accomplish 3 things this week that are going to help you to achieve that. Maybe you're going to run a Facebook ad. Maybe you're going to review your buyer personas. Think about the things that help you to market your business. Talk to your employees. Try to add collaboration as part of your values so that you can really look and see where and why you're not hitting that mark. And it shouldn't be overwhelming. It should be something very simple that you do right now. And again, the personal aspect of it, really thinking about your own motivations. What does it look like at the end of the week if you do this? What's the one thing you could do right now to attain your own personal transformation so that you feel like you're accomplishing something? What's the one thing you could do right now to transform your financial goals, right? So we all make money from our businesses. Maybe you can put aside a little bit of money. What's the one thing you can do to make a contribution? Maybe it's making a contribution to your community. And this can really enhance your business. Community outreach is really critically important. And if you're not doing it, you should think about it. And what's the one thing you can do right now to transform your team? So on those action items for right now, you should be looking at the team in place, and you should be saying, I need a team. I need a better assistant. I need a better salesperson. I need this. I need someone to help me with Google. I need search engine optimization. I need to revamp my website. I need to take a look at my shipping department. I need to do these things. And these are where you go personally to write them out. So this is the planning process. Your 3-year, your 1-year, your 90-day, which is how you're going to do it, and you're right now. So it's Thursday. By next Thursday, what are the 3 things you're going to accomplish, right? By August 29th, where are you going to be? What are the 3 projects you're going to focus on? And is that going to help you accomplish your 1-year goal? And are you still going to be around in 3 years? And what does 3 years look like? If you did this every 90 days and you reviewed this every 90 days, how far ahead would you be to train yourself to learn to do these things? So it's important. So for those of you that are new, this is how I end it, because deep work, deep thought, putting aside your digital devices and really buckling down with a pad of paper and thinking about what you need to do to make your business and yourself better. We cannot be running around like chickens with our head cut off, checking our texts and answering emails. Just power down and think about it. How do you feel right now mid-year about your business? How do you feel? And if it's anxiety, if it's stress, if there's some excitement, if you know that you've been doing the hard work, now you have to think, okay, what am I going to do? How do I want to feel on New Year's Eve? And what are the things that I have to do to get there? That's what goal setting is all about. Our weekly questions, for those of you that are new, we go through these. You should be doing this every single week. This should be on your now list, right? How many new emails did you add to your list? You should know this. You should also know what your total sales were, meaning what's selling, what's not selling. Does everybody on your team know what's going on? Are you collaborating with them? Are you talking to them about your mid-year planning? What about fans? How many new Instagram fans do you have? Are you reaching out to your Facebook fans? Who's engaging with your materials? What is the most popular piece of content? Look at it critically. Why? Why this was so awesome? Why didn't anybody respond? Maybe it's Facebook and their new analytics. That might be something that you have to learn how to do. You may have to boost some posts. Who was your most engaged follower? This is the goal right here. You want people to talk about you, and that's the most critically important thing, because it's all related to your customer service. And one of your action plans should be, how do I improve my customer service? Because it's all about the customer. We live in a customer society. We don't drive by billboards anymore. We seek out what we want, and we follow who we feel mirrors the things that we are. So if you don't know who you are, you don't know your vision and your values, customers aren't going to know either. So that's why I started it that way. So I want to thank everyone for being here. If you would like a critical view of what you write up, and I will send out a follow-up, I'm happy to do it. I did it at the beginning of the year. I went through a lot of people's paperwork. And if you're new to the call and you want to understand what I'm talking about, just reach out to me. Next week, we're going to talk about Pinterest. I've been doing some Pinterest training. There's some new things, but I think there's a lot of people who really are not utilizing Pinterest. It's a wonderful platform. There's lots of new customers on there, and it's something that can be very fun. And it's really something that you can do, because you have to do it mainly on your phone. It's something you could do just sitting on the couch, watching television with your family. You could be pinning and posting things and sort of thinking about it, because it's just mainly activity. So we are going to go through that next week. If you have any questions, just email me at Maria@Design Bear Marketing, and I really look forward to helping you with your midterm goals. So have a great day.